something happened. Not gonna explain it, but that one was kind of on me. It was being too loud. That's fun. Not at all, honestly. Thankfully, we were not that far into it, so good, I guess. Is this the famous... Hold on. Because I know for a fact, I realized at some point that one of these... Yep, here it is! Here it is! We're gonna get into this, because this is actually kind of cool. By my standards of cool. Which are like nobody else's, I'm sure. Back, we're gonna go from the beginning, but we're gonna skip everything that is in Empires, because I don't have time for that shit, and it's truly not important, right? So let's jump all the way to, I don't know when the fuck this took place. None of these are dated. Like, the entire sketchbooks are dated as a whole, but these aren't. So, first Empire's Doodles. We're just gonna speedrun this. Really quickly. Because this is attempt number 2, and I'm not going in detail again. Alright. Boom, first Jimmy Doodle. First Gem Doodle. God, what the fuck happened to this bitch? Empires. These were all done in school, I'm pretty sure on the same day as well. And then I ran out of sketchbook. Because these were all done in the same day. And for having no reference, because, fun fact, phones are not allowed in school, and if you have them, you better not fucking use it. Like, you're not allowed to even have them on you by law. Weird, bad, kind of should not be a rule, in my opinion, but that's the point, right? So yeah, these were without a reference. And that's cool, how accurate I guess they are. Zarnoth, yay, cool. That's nice. Not Empire's Doodle, so we don't. First drawn cows. I always think these are a page later. I don't know why I think these would be a page later. I'm not fucking sure. But you know, that is what's happening here. What's this? Alright, my favorite Empire's Doodles. Second favorite might be, but yeah, these are Empire's Doodles. And then we get the page on sketchbook, honestly. On, you guessed it, more doodles and old lore. Woo! Mystical, fantastical, whatever the fuck, right? You know, I wish I could say something more about these, but these were done in like late 2021. These were done 3 years ago. These were done 3 years ago. By date, these were done 3 years ago. Christ, I feel old. So old. God, okay. Let's go before I have a crisis. Amazing. Very smudged out drawings of Go and other issues that are not important to the story right now. And very smudged. Because, yeah, that's what shit is gonna be. Alright. Surprisingly, I didn't draw a lot of vampires in these beginning stages. Not because I had no reason to, but I wasn't that invested. And mostly because I was writing more of it than I was drawing. Mostly because I didn't want to draw that. And I say that, and then we've turned to a page that's practically full co and one co that was gonna be, and then I fucked the outfit up and said, oh, fuck it, you know? This is the earliest, like, this is the Crescentian beginning, essentially. With this stuff, you can see stuff that's stayed to Camellia. Like, the cape, even though that's not, the color should not be rated. Thank you! Thank you. These are from like 3 years ago, but thank you. Yeah, like old Crescent starting stuff, co-doodles, more co-doodles. But way back in the day, she had a spell that can turn different colored gems into fireworks. I don't know if that's still a thing. There's no reason why it shouldn't be a thing. It's just like not a thing. It might be. Not sure. And then there's a little weird looking staff. That's cool. Also, there was gonna be a wizard back then. So yeah. Quick overview. A couple of these characters will be from my Amino days, where I was in the Empire SMP, or in one of the Empire SMP Aminos, and I made a couple really close friends, and I drew their C's, and they drew mine. And so that's this. This is Cup. This is the other Cup or Koji, so just ignore that. This has kind of become a running joke. Banana pirates. Just banana pirates. These were planning for a kind of group shot that never truly came to be. You'll see like a couple pages later. I know this page has nothing important. Covering up badly drawn blood here, but yeah, these, see, I got I drew everybody's face. I drew Zornoff and Joey. And I was like, even, hey, digitalize this, make it this digital and finish everything. Then didn't do that. Mostly because while these were happening, I was also working on my old Towards the Sun animatic. So my will and want to draw these characters and focus went to the animatic, not so much traditional, and I kind of wanted to distract myself from that. So, not a lot of traditional art from this time, but then I finished that animatic in 3 months, which is insane for an I have finished an animatic in a day. Fun fact. But yeah, this has important story ramifications because back then, Aster was not a character. For those that don't know, and I'm guessing that is most people, Aster is Camilia's half-brother and Ko's adoptive, and Ko's brother, essentially, is what we're nailing it down to here. And originally, he did not exist. Originally, Ko and Joey had a brother-sister bond, and fun fact, Aster's gacha design was just Joey's copied. So even now, when I go to Aster's design, I can click the wing, and it's Joey's wing. I'm not adjustment-wise, but color-wise, it is Joey's wing. At least I'm pretty sure not adjustment-wise. I could be wrong on that. And here we kind of come to an important point that this art is bad. Visibly, most of this art is pretty shitty. But as much as I would like to sit here and cringe, and sit here and cringe on it and say that this is bad, and I'll look at how much I've improved, I don't want to do that because, truthfully and honestly, it's pages like these, attempts like this, that have gotten me to where I am today, in drawing and in YouTube and these, as weird as it sounds, these shits right here, these ugly ass motherfuckers, are the reason why I'm able to sit here and do this, which is just sweet, and I appreciate them just for that. Again, friends OCs, nothing important. Now here, we have the mistake that has made one of the biggest character design changes I've ever done, and something important to Cohen Crescentian lore. Go figure. So, originally, and you might have saw this in one of the channel anniversary videos, but originally, Ko's hairpin thingy, I don't know how to describe it even 3 years later, the moon was white and everything else was the same. But these were drawn in school, and these were the first time that I was coloring in Ko, in paper. So I didn't remember what that was supposed to be. So I made it, amethyst, purple. And then I came back home and I realized, oh fuck, I fucked it up, but I just changed the gacha design to match this because I thought it being amethyst was better. Because the crystal cliffs. Okay, this design is also special, but for the amino portion of my fandom dwelling, I suppose. This is future rulers, the AU name of Ko. And she was a wizard back then. Her hair wasn't as long as it is now. My design skills were not up there, and I turned the fucking cape into a jacket, right? But it has a really special place in my heart. And again, it's mostly because he gave me so many good memories. And it's part of why I can sit here and do this. Some of my oldest videos have this character, this design in them, and it's important to me. Now, these are, I guess, fan designs or whatever, like my ideas of what those characters would look like for Cup and Koji. So this is Odin, Cup's character. If you go on my Discord, you can find Cup under bread, because they gave him, I mean, technically so me, but it means bread, so. And this is Sapphire, Koji's OC. Here, I had a bit of trouble. I think I started the whole can't design Sapphire for shit curse, which, oh god, sorry to Koji for that one. But yeah, these have a special place in my heart. Because look at first again. Okay, and now we move on to my most incredible art feat yet. Right? You thought having 35 sketchbooks in 5 years, or practically 5 years, as far as I'm concerned, 5 years, was bonkers and shit stupid. We move on to this fucker. This fucker, as you can see by the dates and by what I wrote on it, took 12 days to finish. These are, how many pages? 30 pages. I finished a 30-page sketchbook in 12 days. I've never beaten something since. I've never finished a sketchbook this quickly since, and I don't think I ever will. Because this was when I was first getting deep into empires, and you can see it because I was designing a cover for the story I was posting on Amino. For the original story that was being posted on Amino, I was designing a cover, and that's how it started. And you can tell that I forgot to write down. Like I was so hyped that I went to drawing and forgot to label it. And then after I did all these little concepts, I remembered, oh fuck, I need to label this with a date. So I labeled it with a date. And you can tell because this was the last one I did. You can see because it's in pencil. So I'm not just quick sketching anymore. And then, yeah. And the date's in pencil. And yeah. And then we can see the 2 other thumbnail sketches I did and the digital for this. You could honestly find that on Amino. After the stream, I might post it. I guess, fuck, this is the birth of Aster, we don't talk about this design. It's a really bad design. Also, when, it's not the first time that Camellia was used, but it is the first time I wrote it down in something, or at least wrote it down in a sketchbook. The first Amelia design. Baby. Amelia's baby. And Aster. Aster's also a baby. I don't talk about Aster a lot, not because he's not, like, important to the story. He's just not one of those characters that I find interesting, personally. And still, I want to know that still deep in my Empire space, I was still drawing How to Train Your Dragon, excuse me, and my ex had, just in different AUs. These characters still exist. By the way, I still draw them from time to time. And that's something important. That mixing, even now, like, that, I don't, wait, have I drawn Ko? I have drawn Ko twice in this sketchbook, and I've drawn Empire's shit, like, clearly I've drawn Empire's shit. But it is important to mix that stuff up, I found, because remember I used to feel so burnt out whenever I couldn't draw Ko every single day, right? But I realized that no, it's fine to just draw the Spider-Verse series, and it's fine to like do concept art for something or other, and it's fine to do plans for something, and it's like fine to expand on the one SC you accidentally made because of a collector character for the Owl House that you never really talk about, even though you really like that OC, but that's beside the point, right? And that there's having different things to draw is such an important, or at least for me, it was so important into not getting burned out. Probably would not be here, like where I am today, if it wasn't for these. I'm still gonna skip them, mind you, because like I have an emotional attachment to them. Not expecting people to, and I'm not expecting people to want to see it. But, you know, they are important to me, and I kind of wanted to mention that. Because even though Steven Universe was the thing that first got me to draw, the Dragon Prince was kind of what made me take it seriously. Or, yeah. Oh my god, Gender Bent Ko. Oh, that is such a different design than what I have going on now. Because, oh god. It looks horrible, but I'm a fan of the side cut. That's kind of cool, at least. Oh, right. I made a really horrible, but I still think I made a Flower Husband Child. Admire the ugliness and the smudginess of it all. I was very good at art. I know. I feel like I should read this, but at the same time, I don't want to. I don't want to read this, but it's cute. It is. And so what's under here? Do I need to know? Oh, I know. Okay, never mind. I know what's under. I know what's under this. We're not looking under this. We're not doing that. Oh my god, old media! Oh, okay, this is not an Empire Sea, this is my League of Legends original character media. Oh my god. Can you tell? I practically only drew, like, I just had a pattern for making OCs that weren't me. I mean, Coke gets a pass because she was just an insert of my How to Train Your Dragon character, which was self-insert. Whatever, right? TLDR being, I drew a single bang, and that was the bang that I had for a while. Because I used to have kind of long hair. Crazy, I know. Oh, what's under here? Nothing we need to see. Okay. Where are we gonna get to? Because I see Arcane, I don't see Empires. Which is weird. I mean, it's not weird, but I am surprised by it. Because I've always attributed to finishing this sketchbook in 12 days because of Empires. Apparently, that's not a canon. That's not canon, apparently. Right. Cool. Can we close? Thank you. Right. Now we get into paper. This is just a notebook. This is lined paper. Also, the fun thing about this is that it has fallen apart, split itself into. Now it split itself in 3. Never mind. Christ. Also important, I didn't draw on the back of pages ever. So that's fun. Why did I cover up my class? Video. Okay, so from 2 years ago now. Yeah, 2 years ago. So that's cool, 2 years ago. I don't know why I'm showing it. This has nothing on it. Random art. This is gonna sound extremely crunchy. I have a gem doodle. This is fine. And then Scott just being awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna fold it like this. Yeah, so yeah, this is fine. We're just gonna have to deal with it. Honestly, it's easier for me to show things off to you. Honey, you have no idea. Honey, you have absolutely no idea. This was before Camellia was an established thing. Way before she was an established thing. So this is funny in hindsight because, honey, yes, you were a mistake, but we love you for it. And here we go. This is actually, this is very similar to how my pages look now. Like, composition-wise, not like quality-wise. The same with this. Actually, I actually really liked this when drawing it. I remember that much. Oh, this was around Christmas time. So, around when I started, like, posting on YouTube, actually. How I remember is because it was Christmas break, and I had all this free time, and I would sit in front of the TV, because our television, has YouTube, and I would watch YouTube videos, watch Empire's episodes, and then moved on to Gotcha Empire's videos. That was that's what got me into this whole thing, by the way. On my Christmas break, watching Empire's videos on the TV at like 12 at night. And then we had a reindeer thing that I got us for Christmas when we went decor shopping, I guess, and I just drew that a couple times. And then ended up with this and this. Now this which is interesting. This is from there's a small subsect, fucking Crist, of a use of Ko deciding to join Zornoth, but on very specific terms. In a later use, this is not Ko, this is Camellia, and so you pretended to turn Zornoth's side to gain his trust and be able to free her. Christ. I guess Camellia was gonna have wings, but those look absolutely horrendous. Gods. Okay. Yeah, stole the egg. Crescension pupils. Okay, this was like my only Yuko, I guess, at the time. So they're interacting, and it's funny. It's so funny. Because back then, the book situation was such a big thing, and Ko was like, the villain Ko, I guess, but, these books important? Little funny, you're lame. And actual Ko was like, yeah, okay, whatever you say, just, like, don't ruin it, please. And that's basically it. Oh, this is cute. Ko's always been a nerd. Ko's just been a nerd with Gandalf. Just reading on the floor, falling asleep. That's such a weird thing to consistent about him. Oh, look! Arcane fan art. We're gonna skip past it. Yeah, I did a couple of these. I forgot. Traditional clothing. That was a fun little exercise. None of this is canon. By the way, this was from 2 years ago. None of this is basically gonna be canon, because my story has changed so much. But, like, yeah. That's kinda cute, I guess. Just ignore this. I will not explain any AOC that is an Empires, because those have such a history. that deserves a video at some point. Even though I really want to talk about them, now is not the fucking time. Now we get into some future rulers AU. And specifically, angst, kind of. See, around this time, Cup made this OC called Amber. They at the time, she now, were Ko's first ship. They were the first person that we shipped Ko with, and I shipped Ko with. And this is their child design. Again, they at the time, now it's she. I don't know what the fuck I'm meant to do with that. And he has special place in my heart. This is when Ko first got her little bag that she had for a little while. Now this, what happened was I was randomly drawing, and then one day we needed to do something for art class. And I, in my good old brain, decided to do that. So, like, here that is. It's kind of different, and the clothes were different because is it Amber or Amber? I think it's Amber. I've always said Amber. I mean, it's spelled with a U, but I've always said Amber, right? So Amber had a design change around the time, so that's why the design is different. Still cool. You can see a bit of, future rulers, which is an AU name, right? More doodles that are covered. Okay, this was for another amino thing, for a Christmas prompt list thingy. I was gonna do 2, only did 1. I do have sketches. Yeah, there are sketches for the second one. Again, if you want to see the old amino art, digital art, I could post it on my community tab from Amino. Like, get it and post it if that's something you guys want to see. But yeah. And we come back to doodles. League of Legends characters mixed with empires. Honestly, that's practically what this entire sketchbook was. Just empires mixed with, and a bit of Dragon Prince for flavor, right? Because I've always been better at adding to other people's stories than I was developing my own original thing. I've tried a couple of times, but I work best off of like breadcrumbs, not just ideas. Because it's easier. Oh fuck! Okay, they're kind of important. You've never seen them because they got completely redesigned to a completely different person. But they are kind of important now. This is Ray, she, they, pronouns. She was from Phipps Empire. And Ko and her were friends. Now this person turned into Kai, someone you all probably shit idea for that is, but that is Camillea's one and only romantic interest ever. A good person. They've had a bit of a glow up recently, but I've never been able to put them in anything, sadly. But yeah, now they look cool, but this was the original design. And yes, this is practically Lilia from League of Legends. I had a slightest bit of obsession with that design at the time. This is straight from, it is this. From Through the Moon, a comic, because it got her at the time after, practically a year of waiting. Essentially, we ordered it in the winter, and I got it at the summer. And winter last year as a Christmas gift to myself. That was a fun couple months of waiting. Going different Lucy's hairstyles. Because of course that was a thing that I did. I mean, the most interesting one is Aoki's, I guess. because it's just so different, and it was the kind of interesting hairstyle. This is where this running joke came from. This is League of Legends, but I will still show it. Because little me was super gay for Ari. For Ari. That sounded wrong saying it fast. For Ari. And little gay me did what rational people do, made themselves, and then slowly turned it into a suit that started being shipped. So that's fun. Lilia. Nobody wants to see that. More of this. And next page. Da, 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 da. The technically first reference for Camellia. This is the first Camellia, like I drew Camellia as herself, not in relation to Go, just by herself. And you can tell that Camellia has always had a theme with her designs, right? Like the cape, the black top with the dress resembling the night sky, the mead-sleeved shirt but turns into her stepmother's gloves that she wears. God. This was again for an AU, and that's pretty angsty. But again, this is weirdly accurate still. Because that was an Astrodide in that AU, and now now that's a canon thing that happens. Fun. And now we've looped back. Right. Time for the part of this that is still stuck to this by some sort of miracle. And we start off with, again, I will show these just to show, because the next couple bits I know are not empires. So, this. Right. I'm not gonna read it, and I hope to God y'all can't read it as well, but I will show it. Just in case. Oh, more Camellia. Sassy bitch. We love her. She's always been sassy. We love her for that. Oh, look! Here's Coral! AKA Co's OG self. Proud inspiration. You know, the OC that bravely gave her whateverness. Yeah. Oh! Ignore the angst. Just ignore the angst, please. And look at my children. Look at my children, please. Please do. They are adorable. They're cute. They're adorable, and I love them. I do. I love them. Oh, the deep. Oh my God, right. Oh, this is a redraw. Damn, okay. This was the original. I'm not gonna explain who this is. I'm just gonna show you they came back this year because I remembered them finally. Media. Arcane shit. Uninteresting during this cup. Oh! Hello there! Concept art for Steria and Salia, aka the Crescentian goddesses, aka the goddess of the stars and the goddess of the moon. We love them. We do. These are concept art. Their design, I want to say their design haven't changed, but they have. Yeah. Also, not important to anything, but it has been canonical. As you can see from the moment I made her, that Steria is trans. Why? Why not? And then I tried to redesign another of my star-based characters because that's fun, right? Didn't work out also. But look, it's ignoring the bad thing. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Fly me to the moon. Let me fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Like, yes. Yes. And then, yeah, this is why I draw this like that. It's because it's a reference to this. This is a reference to this, because they're sisters. And it's cool. Now I have to be like this for a couple seconds. Don't mind me just trying to not show my sister's face on screen. That's fun. Alright, I can go back to showing art now. This, which again, Umber and Co. First co-ship. Slay. Not gonna show that. Not gonna show that. Flower husbands! Flower husbands! Yay! Ignore the Vex. Flower husbands! Woo! Because I was rewatching third. Because oh my god! I forgot. I knew I drew Liz when the Yellow House was going on. Still, but I forgot. I had never watched Yale House at this point, and that's crazy knowing what happens now. But oh my god, it's just, okay. Hold on. The sun is setting faster than I thought it would. Hold on. We need to. I'm trying not to lean too forward because that would make everything way more awkward than it needs to be. There we go. Now we're gonna have light when the sun inevitably falls. Great. Yeah. Also, that was made into a sticker for personal use. That's fun. That's cool. What's up here? What did I... Good. That should stay like that. There we go. Flower husbands, Jizzy, and Zornoff. Fuck. Sometimes go... Oh, babies! Oh my god! It was New Year's and I was sad. I'm not surprised. Babies. Mia and Nina. Babies. Baby girls, both of them. This is Sapphire and Go going on bumper carts. Basically, Sapphire has electric parts at the time and Code didn't, and technically still doesn't. It's just he was pissed. Sapphire was recharging the bumper cart to keep going. Oh, this is when Wither first became a thing. Oh, look at him. Look at the fox child. Look at the fox child. So cute. I had an animatronic FNAF. That's news to me. Empires. More empires. This is one of the few times I've drawn Pearl. Fun fact, don't draw her that often. And Catherine. Again, my Catherine design hasn't changed, apart from the fact that I don't draw her with the crown anymore. And then Marco and Wither. Because, believe it or not, Wither has to used to be important enough to mention. And this is the beginning of something great. This is the beginning with Co and her way too long goddamn hair. As he says, she is Rapunzel, bitches. That's cool. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is the first drawing of Figaro, Celine, and Muse. That's fun. For context, Figaro, Celine, Muse. Camelia's biological parents. Camelia's stepmom. I forgot the word there for a second. I'm not gonna show this character because I don't need to, but like, damn. Oh, this was a fun thing. The character, Camellia, whatever the fuck, if she landed in different airports, we have her, House Blossom, and then we have, Rivendell. It took me a second. I don't know if it would be called or Camellia, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, and this is when I revamped my Spider OC, because as you can see by the little quote which says, we forgot to ground our spider kid, like the spider side of our kid as well. the new trailer was out, and I was fucking around with my spider, Sona. Now her own character, her name is Sophie. She's very gay. Of course. Which of my OCs is it? It's like saying water is blue. Alright, let's close this as neatly as we can. And move on to finding. Never mind, I found it. Go onto the pile, and here we go. More lined paper. Amazing. Yeah, class. And this is when I started being like, if you find it, you can look through it, because it was so used to people asking to look through my art. Sophie. Now I'm gonna start taking my time, by the way. Mostly because I actually have less emotional attachment to these individually, but I like how they look more, so I'm gonna start showing these more, even if they're not like Empire themed. So yeah, this is Sophie's again, a Spider-Verse character. Her spider name is Blue Spider because her costume is blue. I am not original. This is Crescension. Look at that Crescension. That's only been used a handful of times, but I have an entire dictionary. At this point, like, I might as well have an entire fucking dictionary. This turned into a sticker. I woke up and there's nothing I can do. I say little me, this was like 2 years ago. It's not that long ago. Camellia, but that's not important. Who the fuck gave me the rights to draw the ugliest suit in the planet? I would like to know. I drew not Ezreal. Azrael? That's a weird Undertale character for me to draw. Oh, he's still getting drawn. That's like weird. 6 the musical. For one of a kind, no category. This is when I first got really into 6 the musical. Actually, really good. I was into 6 the musical. How do I know this? News was based off Don't Lose Your Head. And funnily enough, she then turned into Heart of Stone, which is fun. We have a couple of 6 the musical doodles, so that's fun. Isn't that fun? I drew this while in English class instead of paying attention. These fuckers. Don't question it, because there's no point, because I don't have an answer. And of course I don't have an answer. Okay, this is a better suit. That is not a porn to God. Also, Seago was a stick bitch even back then, huh? Nothing important. I'm skipping anything. Oh, this fucker! Right. So, if any of y'all remember, kind of recently when I posted the dead mom of, like, the dead mom gosh thing, that was originally going to be an animatic. Half of this sketchbook is spent with me making that fucking animatic. And the timeline is wrong. She should not look like how she's looking now. But here's where I established a very important thing. Uses portrait on the wall next to her sword and her crown. That Toe talks to, and Nako Camellia talks to, so that's fun. More of the animatic, that's fun. We love essentially wasting half a sketchbook. That's cool. Hey, what's this? Hello. Honestly, same bestie though. Same. Yeah, same from that time period. Same. Yeah, we're skipping all of these fuckers. Oh, this was an interesting AU. There's like a single video about it in my channel somewhere. Basically, Camellia just ran away. Technically, I don't know, back then Camellia and Co were essentially the same character. Oh, FNAF doodles. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. I'm not surprised they did that. Amber redesign official. Miraculous characters. Wowee. You wouldn't think I'm into the was into Miraculous younger with all the shipping I do. Totally, but yeah, I was a Miraculous kid. Who could have guessed? Who could have guessed red glasses? Who could have fucking guessed? Oh, baby child. She had gloves? When the fuck did I give her? It was for I gave her fingerless gloves for a single drink. This is Ina. You probably don't know her, but she's baby girl. She just is. Spider shit. I would like to turn page. I would like to turn page. Thank you. And yes, there's this. And then there is my first attempt at making a sticker. Way too big, but honestly, like that. That's cool. Me making stickers for myself is a thing that has stayed. I still do that because I find it fun. Is that the... Yep, this is the next one. Alright. Good. I think I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna end. Mostly because my feet are starting to get uncomfortable. It's starting to get too dark. What's this? Oh, this is Crescension. Huh. You know, with that world being gone because my fan exploded on itself because it randomly stopped working. This is actually kinda useful. And then cow, and then smudged gem. Probably because some water got on this page somehow. That's fun. A Crescension and a sticky note. Wither. Because yes, look at adorable fox child. This is when I first designed Kai, the Bessie that I mentioned earlier. I redesigned Ray and turned her into Kai, as you can... If you don't mind the Crescension, it's just song lyrics, I swear. Yeah. Kai, they look different now, but yeah. What does this say? Let's see. Good, hold on, I need to find a syllable that like a word in Crescension that I can read for these lyrics. You know what? Fuck it. It's not important. Oh, these was planning. Friggin' a thing you can find on Amino. It's not that important. Won't dwell on it. And yeah. The twin. I've been meaning to do something with this. I mean, not this version of the year, but like this AU concept of Co and Camellia being twins. This was around the time when Co and Camellia started becoming actually like separate people, not just the matter of AU. And these are hey brother, like hey brother, there's an endless road to that song. Yeah, that's what this Crescension is. And then more twin AU doodles. Co ended up being a villain in that AU. Fun. Van Art turned this into a digital piece. It's on Amino. Again, I will probably just grab this, post them on my community tab as old art. Because that's fun to do. Again, Co was a villain in that AU. When it comes up. Guess who was rewatching Third Life again? You know, I know that I'm rewatching Third Life when... Oh, fuck, that's so old. When I'm drunk with our husbands. That's kind of how you know. This is an old Crescension building that was in the world. It looks horrible, but like, we don't question it. Crescentin, the early one looks horrible. Oh, right. Okay, this is gonna sound so wrong. Oh, but this is from the one time Master had a friend. This is from the one time Master had a friend. The poor boy. Okay, technically it was the one time he had a named friend. His name was Colin. He's not a thing anymore. Ah, yes. Coral and self-insert that I didn't keep and literally changed the design a page later. So that's fun. That is so fun. Let's see, Lilia. And random doodles because of ability to draw had gone out the chat apparently. That's gay, homosexual, gay. Okay, these were for, say it with me kids, Empire's Arena thing, where it was Empire swap thing. So I swapped Nature Wives as the OG Nature Wives shipper that I am. And that was a cool, I have the finished ones. Fun fact, this is just Catherine's. Catherine's took me an hour and a half because I couldn't see Shovel's dressing style in a more feminine way. It took me a while to land on this concept. Meanwhile, this took me like 20 minutes, 30 with drawing the body. And then these are like the finished products. And I think they look cute. The funny thing is, I've just realized this. These are essentially the two Nature Wives twins that I made, like, literally this year. Because the Crist on a stick. How the universe just like loops back on itself. Right, you know what? There's the Muse portrait, right? There's a couple other things here. But I feel like you get the gist. Oh, this is when Dragons of the Nine Realms came out. You can see I had beef with it even back then. And then there's God damn, you looked different back then. Oh, this is all myself figuring. This is all myself figuring out shit about the void. Oh, that's cool. Right, anyway, I wanna end this off with something very special, and it is technically not from my first sketchbook, but I count it as technically. This is the 6th sketchbook, but it was the first sketchbook that I knew what sketchbook meant, evidently. And this is from 2020. This is 2 months shy and a couple days from being 4 years ago. And now I want to point out how far ago 4 years ago was. 4 years ago was 2020. It was the beginning of lockdown because this was started in May. They had nothing better to do in May but draw. Empires was 1 and 9 months, 2 years away from being even thought of. I'm fucking sure of that. But in here, in these crusty old pages filled with old OCs and my old gotcha OC when the name The Weird Nerd first came to be. Amongst all the different Dragon Prince and stuff like that, there is something special if I can find it. There's Little Gay Me being a shipper. There's a lot of stuff. There's my earliest version of angst and fluff in this sketchbook. And there's something kind of poetic that I'm trying to find. It's just being a bitch, and I can't seem to find it. But I want to find it and show it to you, because I think it's important. And I know it's in this sketchbook, because I've looked back on it, and it's one of those things in life that gets you thinking. Especially when you're like me, for reasons I won't mention. Yep, here it is. This, my dear viewers, was the first LD Shadow Lady fan thing I'd ever did. I think I technically drew her IRL one time before this, but this is the first time I drew LD Shadow Lady, Lizzie. 4 years ago, 2 years before Empire started, was when I first drew Lizzie. And looking where I am now, with the knowledge of this fucker right here, it's crazy. It is one of those things that when I think of, what am I doing with my life? How am I here? I can't help but remember this and get a little teary-eyed. And the funniest thing is that I can pull up my first technically Empire's fan art. It is not a hard thing at all for me to do. I just have to move some stuff out of the way and make sure I grab the correct Dork Diaries book. Those are the 2 criteria for this, which is crazy. I can pull up my first Empire's fan art, and it was in Dork Diaries. Even though my first Lazy fan art is in here, it is from years and years ago, right? 4 years ago, 2 years before Empire had even started. I lost the page. Am I gonna find the page again? Let's see, children. How much does this hate me? It's how quickly I'm gonna find this. This really needs to be bookmarked. Honestly. What am I doing with my life? Why is this not bookmarked? Whatever, I'm not going through this. The thing being, 4 years ago, first LD Shadow Lady fan art in here. First Emperor's fan art is in here somewhere in a random copy of the Dork Diaries. At least I think it's in this book, because it would make sense for it to be here from my perspective. I'm gonna find it. It is gonna be a bit though. Now for context, I used to color in the illustrations of the Dork Diaries book, resulting in some pretty funny outcomes, all things considered. And one of those is the first Emperor's fan art, ship art, whatever, that I did. It's just a bit of a bitch to find because I don't always remember which book it's in. And so I have to look through them to find it. I found it. Hey, alright. This is technically the first Empire's fan. You can tell it's Empire's because I labeled it as Empires. Right here. This is technically the first Empires fan art I ever did. A stupid, botched colored in job, might I add, on a Greek copy of the Dork Diaries. First Empires fan art I ever did. Insane. Stupid. Insane. This is insane. Right? I think we can all agree this is just insane. But god damn it. God damn it. God damn it, is it special. And yeah, this is a thing where, it's not as much of a coincidence as the first Lizzie drawing that I did 4 years ago, 2020, before Empires was even a thing in anybody's mind. Again, first Lizzie fan art ever, made in 2020, beginning of lockdown. 2 years before Empires, essentially. And you look where I am now. And God. God's right. It is. It is such. It's been a journey. As much as. And it's so wild because whenever I think back on that moment, I'm pretty sure I was out eating dinner with my family at a restaurant. Because COVID wasn't that bad yet, and you could go do that. And I'm pretty sure it was right after I'd gone to therapy for the first time as well, before I was ready. God. It has been some fucking insane 3.5 years, 4 years. I don't know how you're meant to count years. God's right. I'm trying not to get overly emotional with this. And I'm aware we've kind of gotten off track at this point. But, God. It's just insane. It's quite frankly. It's just insane. So insane. If I'm remembering it correctly, technically, I have older Lizzie fan art. Just not of her character. I think it's in here at least. Could be in another sketchbook, but if it is amongst the first pages, it is earlier. Let's see. Is it here? It might not be. Might be a different sketchbook I'm thinking of. That's the fun thing about having had 35 sketchbooks. The older ones just blend together at some point. That's the fun of it. I remember it being here. My memory is not that. Yeah, here it is. Right in the corner. Even older. Because this is near the start, not near the end. Even older. It looks horrible. It truly does. Even back then, I remember drawing it and being like, wow, that's incredibly shitty. I want to say something. I don't want to just sit here and laugh and giggle. But the absurdity of drawing an Empire's pet, somebody from Empires SMP, 4 years ago, 2 years before that SMP was even a thought in somebody's minds. Thank you. It's really shitty, especially compared to like my newer stuff, but thank you. God. Oh, it is such an experience having drawn my first lazy planet 4 years ago, before Empires, before any of this. You know, when I think of Am I Meant to Be Here, I think of the two lazy fan arts I did 4 years ago, and I'm like, well, if this wasn't foreshadowing, because all the rest of this is OCs, it's How to Train Your Dragon OCs. It's no, not How to Train Your Dragon. In fact, the Dragon Princesses. It's old characters. It's my old Spider Senna. It is old Steven Universe characters. It is stuff like that. It is movie fan art. It is not actual people fan art. Like it's like OC's fan. It's fictional characters fan art. It is not MC creator fan art. It is not, that type of stuff. And it's like, fuck, it's the only thing I can say. It's holy shit. Because if those two drawings are not foreshadowing, fuck, I don't know what is. And as you can probably tell, the sun has said it is getting, I mean, I say it's getting pretty late. It's like 6. But I would like to end the stream now. I've been going for like an hour. So yeah, goodbye. That got way more emotional than I thought it would. And